Richard Speck. Richard Speck is infamously known for committing one of the most brutal mass murders in American history. Born on December 6, 1941, in Kirkwood, Illinois, Speck's life was marked by a troubled childhood and a series of petty crimes and violent behavior. However, it was on the night of July 13 to 14, 1966, that Speck's name became synonymous with horror. The crime. In the summer of 1966, Speck broke into a townhouse on Chicago's South Side where 8 young nursing students from South Chicago Community Hospital were living. Armed with a knife, Speck systematically terrorized the women over the course of several hours. He tied them up, then brutally raped, tortured, and murdered them one by one. He killed 8 of the 9 women in the house, sparing only one, Corazona Murao, who managed to hide under a bed and later identified Speck as the perpetrator. Speck's methodical and cold-blooded approach shocked the nation and became a symbol of senseless violence. The public was horrified by the brutality of the murders, and the case received widespread media coverage. Capture and trial. Speck was arrested 2 days later after a failed suicide attempt. His fingerprints, left behind at the crime scene, were crucial in linking him to the murders. At his trial, Speck's defense attempted to plead insanity, but the overwhelming evidence, including Murao's testimony and Speck's own chilling demeanor, led to a conviction. On April 15, 1967, Richard Speck was found guilty of all 8 murders and sentenced to death. However, his sentence was later commuted to life in prison due to the Supreme Court's temporary suspension of the death penalty in 1972. Legacy and impact. Richard Speck's crime remains one of the most gruesome in American history. His actions led to increased awareness of the need for better protection of women, especially those in vulnerable situations like the nursing students. Speck's case has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and studies, as people continue to grapple with the sheer brutality of his actions. Speck died in prison of a heart attack on December 5, 1991. In the years following his death, disturbing videos surfaced showing Speck engaging in drug use and other illicit activities while incarcerated, further tarnishing his legacy and adding to the horror associated with his name. The Chicago Massacre remains a chilling reminder of the potential for evil that can exist in individuals, and the lasting impact such acts of violence can have on society.